Numbers chapter 18. As soon as you read anything about the priests or the Levites, you need to prick your ears up, because we are a royal priesthood. Every believer is a priest. We don't just leave God's work to a few specialists. You and me are the workers. We are the ones who are to devote ourselves, each of us, to his work. Now, we're told here in verse 20 that the priests had no inheritance in the land, neither shall you have any portion. I am your portion. I am your inheritance. So they didn't own any property. They just focused on doing God's work. And yes, they were provided for in terms of their basic food by the tithes. That was the idea. And so it is with us. God has promised to provide you with basic food. And as David says, I never saw the seed of the righteous begging bread. But we are to therefore be totally devoted to God's work. Now, he keeps saying, I am your inheritance. He recognizes that human beings like this idea of building up your stash, be it ownership of property or cash or whatever, and leaving it to your kids. And that is really what makes the world go round. That is how most people have reasoned over the years. Oh, I got no time for God or God's service. I've got to get on with what I'm doing to build up my stash because I'm doing it for my kids. I am your inheritance. And many times later on in the Psalms, David and other faithful men say, Yahweh is my inheritance. In other words, the real inheritance that you can leave is a spiritual one, not property, not cash, not holiday homes, a spiritual one. So let's have this focus that whatever it is that I need to survive, to just keep me going, I trust in God to provide. And sure, I do a day job and I stumble through that, but my real calling, my real portion in this life is to serve God. And what did the priests do? They taught God's word. They helped other people to serve God and to come to his kingdom. And that is what we are to do with people. And make that your number one focus in your life. And the rest will somehow fall into place.